Hello, my name is Sophia. Like you, I do this work because I want students to make strong, informed choices about college, and their essay is a huge part of that. In this video, we'll go over the basics of essay brainstorming and writing in a way that's easy to understand. After this video, you'll know the key principles, useful strategies, and where to focus when guiding students. And remember, what matters most is that students have someone like you to connect with, someone who has walked this path before and is there to guide them. Our philosophy to advising is simple. Sessions with students should be listening oriented, goal oriented, and development driven. When you center your conversation on these three things, you connect better with students and help them take real steps forward. Now, college essays can feel overwhelming, especially at the beginning. Your role as a brainstorming advisor is to help students move past the blank page and uncover stories that reflect who they are. With your guidance, the essay becomes less of a burden and more of an opportunity for self discovery. Essays are much more than an application requirement. They're a process, like we said, of self discovery. Students learn where they've come from, who they are now, and what their goals for the future are. Essays also give visibility through the Common App personal statement, through supplemental essays, and even through scholarship applications. Let's start with what admissions officers are actually looking for in essays. They read thousands of applications every year, and what stands out to them isn't perfection, it's authenticity and depth. Colleges look for students who demonstrate one or more of five key traits. Essays are one of the best places for students to bring these traits to life by connecting them to their own stories. And here's the important part: students don't need to show all five. In fact, it's stronger to show depth in just one or two. The five traits are drive, pushing yourself to succeed even when the odds are long; intellectual curiosity, learning simply for the joy of learning; initiative, refusing to accept the status quo and taking action to change it; contribution, making your community better because of your actions; and diversity of experiences, seeking out perspectives and experiences different from your own. When a student can highlight even one or two of these traits with clarity and depth, their essay becomes memorable. Of course, there are also things admissions officers don't want. They don't want AI generated essays, they don't want essays with no personal depth, they don't want rewrites of a resume or essays that idolize someone else. They also don't want essays that try too hard to impress with big words or exaggerated achievements. And it's important to be careful with overused or sensitive topics. Early childhood stories, mental health, or substance abuse, common cliches like winning the big game. These can only work if they're told in a very unique and personal way. When helping a student brainstorm, the goals are clear: to help the student identify a topic and collect ideas in support of that topic. At the most fundamental level, a college essay should reveal the person beneath the resume, the student's internal obstacles, voice, personality, quirks, values, and view of the world. A college essay can be about anything under the sun as long as it has personal significance to the writer. Brainstorming takes sensitivity. Please be mindful of cultural, religious, generational, and gender differences. Try asking specific, open ended questions. For example, what's an object you always carry with you and why? Walk me through your busiest afternoon of the week, or can you tell me about a time you showed this trait? Colleges look for essays with a unique central idea, often in the form of a journey, a defining moment, or a personal trait. Help students explore hobbies, quirks, or hidden talents, family sayings, or mantras they live by, proud moments, conflicts, or tensions they've faced, people, places, or activities that inspire or comfort them. The more specific the details, the stronger the essay. When building an essay around a theme, guide students with these questions: what happened? What did you do? What was the impact? What did you learn? If a student is focusing on a personal trait, try to find three or more concrete examples that showed that trait in action. Another strong approach is the defining moment essay. Here, students can describe who they were before, what happened, and what actions they took, how they changed, and what they did as a result. This structure works well for powerful, pivotal experiences. The journey essay is also very common. It starts with before, a student's character traits or mindset, then the catalyst, what sparked their journey, next, the lesson they learned about themselves or others, and then the further steps they took, new experiences that came out of that shift in perspective. Finally, the new them, a clear contrast between who they were before and who they are now. Most essays fall into a few common structures: the journey, before, during, and after growth, the multi step journey, a series of connected growth moments, or the theme, multiple experiences tied together by a common trait. For longer essays, which are commonly over 500 words, we do recommend that students use a clear structure: an introduction with a hook and a main idea, a body with 2 to 3 paragraphs developing the story, and a conclusion that reinforces the theme, ties back to the hook, and connects to the future. Unless a student is applying for a special creative writing program, encourage them to stick with clear, standard paragraphs. We're approaching the end of this training. As you guide students, remember to keep these tips in mind. Keep the essay authentic and always remember the student's voice matters most. Avoid chasing perfect and focus instead on a personal perspective. Encourage students to show, not just tell, through concrete and specific details. And above all, remember that the ultimate goal is self discovery and clear, engaging storytelling. That's it for this training on essay brainstorming and writing. Remember, students have tools to keep working on their essays throughout application season, but your role gives them a head start with the right structure and the right mindset. That's an incredibly important step. Thank you so much for volunteering with Fair Opportunity Project. Your support makes more of a difference than you may ever know. See you on the next one.